Welcome, everybody, to the Connector's Edge podcast. We are here with some lovely people, my co host, Marian LaSalle, and our guest today, Carol. Pronounce your name for me, please, Carol.
It's pronounced Chenot, rhymes with
No.
Merlot.
Merlot, good wine.
You won't
Yes.
forget that.
And we will get with Carol shortly, but first I'd like to give you a little information about the Connectors Business Network, of which we are a member, and Marion is the chief connector. Uh, we have weekly meetings. We have an incredible amount of lovely people from all over the world who on Mondays and Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursdays will be teaching you. We have leaders, and they will be teaching you things such as marketing made easy. That's Suzanne Sherrard. And we have Red O'Loughlin, who is an expert in not only aging, but he's also an expert in building your own book, helping you write a book and get it published. And then we have Marion, who is our tech person, who is an absolute wizard with technology, and she teaches every
Thursday,
uh,
third Thursday.
Thursdays. Yes, and we may have a few other people in there as well teaching wonderful things to help you with your business. We also have a business book club, which meets on Mondays at 1 p.m. Central. And this month's book it was at the
12-week year.
12-week year.
Yeah.
And can you believe we're almost in the fourth month of this one already? Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm ordering my new book, which is Start with Why, Simon Sinek.
Oh, I love Simon Sinek's work.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, folks, that's what we have. We have lots of things for you to look at and to listen to in the Connectors Business Network. So please consider at least looking, and then joining with us. And now we have our Connectors Edge podcast. And am I still on? I just got a weird
Yes.
message about, oh, okay, something just flashed on the screen but anyway. I'd like to welcome everybody besides the audience watching. And if you're watching, please listen and be prepared to comment. And I'd like to introduce our guest, Miss Carol Chenot.
Hi,
And
Carol.
Marian is going
Thank
to.
you so much. Great to be here.
Yes, thank you. I'm really excited to interview you and to have a conversation with you because I found you fascinating. So I found Carol on TikTok, and immediately, I mean, the name of her company is AI Advantage. Okay, so I'm like, as soon as I found out about AI, I was in. Like everything I can possibly get my hands on, except for the claw thing. I'm not doing that. But for those of you who don't know, AI has come so far that you literally can get this claw. I forget the full name of it.
Open claw.
Open claw. It will take control of everything you own, your bank accounts, your emails, everything. And I'm just not willing to let an AI do that.
No, thank you.
But yes, I'm very interested in AI. I've been since day one. And so when I saw her on TikTok, first of all, she's a beautiful woman and she's just a delight to talk to. You'll see. And I found it very interesting. I started following her everywhere. I thought, oh my God, she's going to think I'm a stalker. But I hooked TikTok and LinkedIn and Facebook and every place I could find her. And I did think that. I thought, uh-oh, she's going to think I'm a stalker. I'm not really, but I'm just interested, okay? So let's talk about why you started this company called AI Advantage, and then we're going to go down from there or up.
Okay.
Or up.
Up, yeah. Okay, well, thank you, Marian. Yes, Marian found me on TikTok. I started my company a little over a year ago, January 1st of 2025. And I'm a book designer on Amazon. I have about 70 books on Amazon. They're low content books. So if you don't know what a low content book is, it's a book that somebody else writes in. Okay. So journals, planners, log books, guest
Ah,
books. Somebody has to design those pages, right? And the covers. So that's what I did. And my brand was and still is Positivity Plus Press. So at the bottom of every page would be a little positive saying or a quote or something like that in a journal, for instance. So the first journal that I did was 120 pages, and that's 120 positive quotes. And my
mhm.
brain could not come up with 120 positive quotes. So I turned to AI for that. And there are a lot of restrictions and things you can and can't use when it comes to publishing quotes, but was able to get my little one-liners. And then at the end of that, I had to write a description for Amazon. And again, I turned to AI because I thought, what do you say about a mostly blank 120-page book? You know, and AI wrote out this beautiful description. In fact, I took my laptop into my husband and I said, read this. Who would not want to buy this journal? So,
Great.
uh, so that was the kind of the start of my venture into AI. However, I've been doing books for 4 or 5. Well, actually, I started with AI in 2022, middle of 2022, and so I had been working with it for a couple of years, but it is not a high-paying gig. Book design is not. The royalties are like 7 cents on a book. They're
Mhm.
not very great at all. So I thought I would like to do something that had a little more potential. And it was kind of like that, you know, that old Venn diagram that has three interlocking circles.
Mhm.
You've
Yes.
got one
Yes.
circle that's what are you good at? One circle that's what are you passionate about? And the bottom circle is what does the world need? And so you put all of those three together, and where they intersect in the middle is what you should be doing. So, what I'm good at is workshop facilitation, tech stuff, explaining difficult concepts in a simple form.
Uh,
Okay. Um, what am I passionate about? Sorry, I forgot my little topic here. What am I passionate about? Well, AI at that point. And then what does the world need? That bottom circle, the world needs some education about
mhm.
AI because too many people are too scared of it. And it's just overwhelming. And so that's how my company was born. And I thought, uh, there's nothing magic about the name, AI Advantage. I just wanted people to feel as though they had an advantage when it came to the things that they were doing because they were using AI. It gave them the advantage. And one little caveat about this, first when I first set up my business, of course, I wanted a website and everything, and I had to buy a domain name for AI Advantage.
Sure.
AIadvantage.com was available for $95,000.
Oh,
So,
Ooh.
needless to say, as a solopreneur, I did not have a flush fund of $95,000 to spend on it. So I went with AIadvantage.cc, those are my initials. It also stands for Central Coast, which is where I live in California. AIadvantage.com has now been purchased by Tony Robbins
oh
of
my,
motivational speaker fame. And
really?
so if you send an email to me at AIadvantage.com, who knows who's going to who's going to be receiving it and reading it.
Oh,
But I am Carol at aiadvantage.cc. So that's how it all came about.
Okay, now one of the reasons why I signed up for one of your programs, I don't know exactly what you call it, was because you offered technology training or AI, especially for prompts. Okay. And I think everybody understands that we just can't come up with a very good prompt in our head. It's like talking to your child. It's like, give me information on, a new keyboard. I mean, that's our prompts
Yeah,
without help. And so tell us a little bit about how you came up with wanting to help us with prompts.
yeah. Yeah,
And then
so
I
my first
promise, I
workshop,
promise Ricki can ask the next question. Sorry.
Oh,
okay.
I'm fine. I'm fascinated right now. Go
My
for it,
first
Carol.
workshop it is called Everyday AI, and I wanted to really explain and have a hands-on experience for people so that they could get proficient at writing those instructions, which we call prompts, for AI, and they could leave the workshop feeling as though they have had started to build a skill. So Everyday AI is a 1 hour workshop, and I've put together a framework to help people remember, okay, these are the sections that you need to have in your prompts. And we work through an activity on their laptop or on their tablet or whatever. And then, being the book designer that I am, I also, uh, oop, I I should
Hold it closer to you.
turn off my blur. Oh,
No,
that
that's
works.
it's
Hold
Okay.
it a little
yeah.
closer to you. There you go.
Okay. So this is the workbook. This is the
Hmm.
general one. I've got a business one and a non and a there we go, nonprofit one. These workbooks are not for the class, but they're for after the class, so that you can continue your learning and practice. And there are some makeovers and some good and bad examples and some cheat sheets and other tools to explore, and just a whole variety of things that will help you solidify your learning and continue your learning. So the Everyday AI class I offer virtually as well as in person, here locally in California. It is a no-cost class. I started it as a free class. Um, and I intend to, it started out originally, the nonprofit version and the tech beginner version was free, but the small business version costs money. Well, then I decided I'm just going to make it free for everybody, no cost. However, I do strongly encourage you to get the workbook, which is $15. So if anybody has an issue with a $15 workbook, you can talk to me and I will make accommodations for hardship. But that really was the crux of all of 2025, was getting people really solidified in that everyday AI prompting mode. And then for this year, I've added two more classes, which are like step B and C, where the second class is Beyond ChatGPT, choosing and using the best AI for you.
Mhm.
And then Human Touch, your voice powered by AI. So those are our two follow-on classes you want to take everyday AI first.
Wow.
I told you, Ricki, didn't I?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And,
Yeah.
and to me, it's fascinating. I heard someone the other night on a video speaking about prompts, particularly
Mm,
prompts. And I was wondering, and it was, you couldn't interact with it like this. I have a question about the prompts.
mhm.
Can you go to AI and ask AI to write you a prompt for a particular thing before you put that prompt in for what you're looking for? Does that make
Yeah.
sense?
Yeah, absolutely. I have a great example of that. I I started out using ChatGPT. I don't use it much anymore. I use
Oh,
Gemini and Claude instead, but I started out with ChatGPT. So Chatty G, which is what I affectionately call her now, Chatty G knows all about me and my company and my brand colors and the fact that I like watercolor washes on my flyer, all of that stuff. Knows all about me. I do a lot of my design work in Canva,
mm-hmm.
okay, which is graphic editor type of thing. Well, Canva's AI does not like my prompts for some reason. I just can't get the output that I want from Canva's AI. So I will go over to Chatty G and say, write me a prompt for Canva Design Lab. Here's what
Ah,
I want. And it will come out with a prompt that's this long. And I can just copy and paste that over into Canva, and out comes a beautiful image, exactly the way I'm looking for it.
Wow.
I love it.
So
That's
that
amazing.
I use that a lot. And so the short answer to your question is absolutely. I, I would just straight up say
Yep,
to AI, I don't know how to word this, but here's what I'm trying to do,
that
and
that
then
makes
explain what you're
sense.
trying to do.
Yeah, that does make sense because I've used chat and I've used what's the other one I've used, Marion?
Um,
Um,
uh, Claude
Claude
I
or
think Claude,
Perplexity.
or
I taught you
Gemini.
Perplexity. That's
yeah,
Perplexity.
Perplexity.
And uh, I'm a chef as well as a certified nutritionist. And
Hmm.
there are times when I have a specific something for which I'm looking to comment upon. Let's say it's phosphatidylserine, one of the great things for your brain. And to find the information, I know, uh, spell it three
Yeah,
times
I
yeah,
know.
really.
uh, but to find the information that I want to get out to my world, my clients, my mailing list, or even to post something on either LinkedIn or Facebook, it's hard to find, in my mind right now, prompts other than saying something about put this into layman's language so
Hmm.
that people can understand it clearly what it does, and then there may be contradictions and so forth. But I felt as though sometimes the prompts are a mile and a half long. Is obviously that from what you just said, that's perfectly okay.
Yeah, that's fine. Um, as long as the output is not a mile and a half long and you really don't want
Yeah,
it a mile and a half,
yeah.
if you want to keep it at 250 words or 100 words, you need to include that in your prompt too. But
Oh,
yes,
okay. Just
long
you mean,
prompts, yeah,
I'm sorry, go ahead.
long prompts are fine. I've seen both schools of thought that say the shorter, more concise you are, the better. But I think most people don't have a comfort level with the framework enough to say, okay,
Mhm.
I can cover the bases with a short prompt. There we tend to ramble.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Well, particularly for something like this, I would use it in an email, so I don't want the answer to be a mile long. And then I usually take the time to go through whatever it is that they come up with and go through it and either emphasize or change or, do editing.
Hmm.
And
And
so it sounds like me.
yeah, exactly. And when you come up with that finished prompt the way you like it, I would save that in and start a little prompt library.
Oh,
So maybe it's in Word, maybe it's in Excel or something like that, so that the next time you have something like that, you can just substitute the name of the ingredient or
mhm.
what the nutrient, whatever that was,
Okay.
and you don't have to start over with
Right.
that mile
That's
and
a
a
great
half long
idea. A
prompt.
prompt library. Would
Yeah.
you suggest, I would think it'd be good online so that you can access it immediately?
Mhm,
Yeah.
mhm, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So just so you know, Carol has something that I signed up for back in January when she first started it. It's called the AI Advantage Circle, and
Hmm.
she goes into a lot of this. And she also has a coffee that's once a month where people can just show up. I'll show you if you want me to share my screen. I'll show you what I'm talking about. And so now I have a prompt library of my own
Oh,
on the Excel, not Excel, but Google's. It's a Google Sheet, I believe. So Ricki and I share a Google Sheet for the podcast,
Oh, good.
inviting people
yep.
and things like that. So we could have a sheet down, a separate sheet on that sheet with, your prompts and things. So she knows, just so
Oh, I think I know what you mean. Yeah.
oh, yeah. And
Yeah.
to me, it's like a head start, right?
Mhm.
Because
Yeah,
every time you have to think about
sure.
writing a prompt, it's like starting from scratch, and it can just play with your head,
Well,
and
Right.
yeah.
really,
I think
Yeah.
particularly if you're addressing the same audience and you want to be consistent in things.
I want to
Yes.
show
Um,
you. I'm going to share my
yeah.
screen real quick. I just want to show everyone who's watching this on YouTube what it looks like. So this is on her website at aiadvantage.cc.
Oh,
And
coffee and
yeah,
Carol.
yeah, she has a coffee
I
every
love
month,
it.
and she has the circle. So look at the circle, curated monthly AI resources and insights, members only content and tools. You can cancel anytime. $8 a month. Come on, you got to go. And so she has a lot of other stuff, that's going on here. I just wanted to show you what I'm really focused on are these two
I
right
love it.
now, anyway.
Yeah,
Those are
so
great, Carol.
the thing I've been noticing about the AI Advantage Circle, it once a month I update it. So the first business day of each month, it gets updated with a new tool to try, a tiny guide, which is a 1 or 2 page printed copy of what we're talking about with the tool to try. There is the prompt library that gets added to all the time. And then there's an Ask Carol Anything form. Okay.
Oh.
So Ask Carol Anything AI, not Ask Carol Anything. What is the meaning of life?
Yes, please be specific
Yeah.
with your prompt.
But what I'm finding is that the people who are joining are kind of using it as, and this is how I've been describing it, for $8 a month, it's like having me on retainer.
Yes.
Okay.
Mm.
So if you want to text me a question, like, how long should my prompts be? Ricki says. It seems like it's a mile and a half long. Is that okay? Sure. And I text you back. You don't have to wait for a coffee or a class. You can just call me, text
Ah,
me, email me, or put it in the form,
that's
and
excellent.
number of people are using it that way. And until we have 500 members, I think we're just fine with it, with doing it this
Oh,
way.
I hope you do get 500
Yeah.
members. That would be lovely.
It would be. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Now,
I
this
have
is
to ask
brilliant.
you, do you delve into things like Notebook LM with
Yes.
your prompts? Okay.
Yeah.
Because I do have some questions I'll probably put in the circle. I have some problems with coming up with the chat portion of Notebook. So you have your resources, and then you have this chat in the middle, and then your whatever you're going to create over
The
here.
studio.
And it literally every time it wants you to put something in there. And I think, I'm not sure I even need that middle portion, because that's where I've been putting my prompt. And it's like, no, it's not doing anything. So can you kind of explain a little bit more about that in, say, I don't know, your coffee next month? Just a little bit more about how to get the best prompt to work for Notebook LM, because I'm
Okay.
using it almost every day now.
Are you? Yeah.
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 I love
Well,
it.
you can hide the sidebars, but you can't hide the middle
Right.
So, and the middle part is generally where you're getting your results from the middle part and the studio off on the right. But yes, I will. This month we're talking about the prompt library in the
Good.
circle.
Good.
Okay, I just did a video and a tiny guide about that.
Good.
But in May, I plan to talk about Notebook LM. So,
Fantastic. Thank
yeah.
you.
And we
Yes.
go into Notebook LM quite a bit in our Beyond ChatGPT workshop too.
Oh,
We
good.
that class is a
Hmm.
90-minute class. It's not a hands-on class because it just goes way too fast. And we lose people in the first 20 minutes. So it's more of a demo class, and
Good. Okay.
we talk through about 12 or 15 different AI apps.
Excellent.
Hmm. Well,
Yeah.
we have a circle in the um, Connectors Business Network.
Hmm.
Would you be willing to be a circle within a circle? We'd love to have you join. We
Well,
really
Uh,
need somebody who's can explain as easily and as wonderfully, clearly as you do to help us. At least
yeah.
I do. I know
Uh-huh.
there have to be some others in there in the same boat I'm in.
yeah,
Sure.
we're gonna talk about that, aren't we, Carol?
Yes, we are. We will. Sure.
What else do you want us to know? What do you want the audience to hear or experience?
I think my big takeaway that I'd like people to take away from this is not to get too overwhelmed. You know,
Okay,
if
that's
all
good.
you're using is a chat bot like ChatGPT, you know,
Mhm.
that's the oldest, it's been around the longest and has almost probably for a while it'll have the most users, although some of the others are catching up. Don't be too scared that there are open clause out there and codecs and all of these other things. You don't have to keep up with all of that.
They keep
Okay.
telling us we do. If you don't do it now, it's going to be too late. They'll say, you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
yeah, they're trying
Yeah.
to scare us.
Right.
So
Right.
you're saying, no, no, don't fall for it.
Right. I think get good at the things that you're going to use. And then, you know, so if you're using it to plan an itinerary, well, get really good at that. And then maybe connect your calendar so that it can see what you are doing for the day and it can give you suggestions. However, if you don't use an online calendar, there's no sense in trying to learn that, you know? So,
Yep.
so get good at the things that you're going to use. If you want to somehow organize your photos, find an AI that's going to do that for you. Don't worry about all of the other stuff.
And who is
And
who? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
yeah,
But I do want you to tell us who is really who is AI Advantage for as our
A-
last question.
yeah, AI Advantage really is for that tech curious beginner and intermediate person. My workshops and offerings are geared towards nonprofits, seniors,
Hmm.
and small business. So
Neat.
if you fall into one of those categories, I call the senior group the tech curious beginners. So uh, you don't have to be 55 or older, but you just have to be curious about tech.
Well, I will invite people like me that most people think of as a tech. What'd you call me earlier, Ricki?
Oh, you're my techie for sure.
You know,
You're
uh,
you definitely are a knowledgeable technical person when it comes to the computer and different programs and how to actually use the programs in a way that helps people move ahead in their business.
one of the
Well,
reasons why I love your groups, Carol, is because of the community you're building.
mm,
Because there's other people like me in there. There's
yeah,
people like Ricki who struggle with it, didn't grow up with it, weren't
yeah,
really interested in it, but she knows she needs it.
Yeah.
And
right,
so she's like, ah, I got to
yeah,
do this again, you know, type
yeah,
of thing. But I think both of us really should be in AI Advantage, honestly.
yeah. And when you think of technology, in this case, it's just a category like art and
Mhm.
science and sports and technology. You know, you don't have to be an artist to appreciate art. You don't have to be an athlete to appreciate the World Series. You know, you don't have to be Marian to appreciate technology. You know, somebody who takes to it naturally, you can
Yes.
still appreciate AI with just a little bit of knowledge. Just don't let it overwhelm or scare you.
Yeah, that's beautiful. And it makes so much sense. Thank you very much for that.
Yes.
You're welcome.
I
I
felt like you were
I'm
speaking directly to me. Go,
I
Marian.
knew it. I knew it. I have a confession to make. My daughter is the reason I got involved in AI or technology at all. I
Mhm.
was struggling with something and she showed me 3 times how to do the same thing. And I asked her the fourth time and she goes, she put her hand on her hip. Mother, I have shown you 3 times now. You're going to have to figure it out yourself. And I went, oh my God, how dare her? But
Sounds so
it did
familiar.
it did cure me, okay?
Yeah,
I
yeah,
figured it out and now I have
Hmm.
to figure it all out. So,
right,
yes.
right. Yeah.
Well, Carol, you make it easier to figure out, and I love that.
Thank
So,
you.
I will definitely take a look at what you're doing
Very
and
good.
participate in something because
Very good.
it's just I appreciate what you're doing very much
Mhm.
Thank you,
because
Ricki.
I could get lost in doing things. I love to write, and sometimes everything else goes away, and I just type.
Hmm.
But then I have to do something with it. So,
Hmm.
and presenting it AI helps. I
Yeah,
found that.
yeah.
Yeah.
And
Well,
you
thank you
know,
for
Miss
this
Marion?
opportunity.
Oh,
Uh, this has been great. I am taking I'm going on a pilgrimage in June and July in Norway,
hmm.
420 miles. I'll be going alone um, from Oslo up to Trondheim, which is where a cathedral is. And so the next time I'm on your podcast, maybe we can talk about Norway
That would be
and
great.
Be
extended
great.
hiking. Yeah.
That would be
Hmm.
wonderful. Thank you, everyone, for joining us today. It's been wonderful. I hope you got what you wanted from hearing Carol today. I know you did. So let's just
Hmm.
all go and bombard AIadvantage.cc and show her the love. Thank you
Thank
for
you so
joining us,
much.
and we'll see you again next week. Bye for
Thank you
now.
so much. Bye for now.
Bye-bye.